Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. You've reached episode number 2 of season 8 of Teen Mom OG. I'm going to do another voiceover for y'all. Thank you so much for watching my last video. Got a lot of views in a couple hours, okay? I was proud of that one. We start the show with Caitlin and Tyler. So they're in here living life, okay? Pretty much I guess getting stuff ready and getting their stuff adjusted in the place where they're now sharing. So Caitlin says her due date is in a month. Before the baby comes, Tyler wants to visit his dad Butch in Austin, Texas. He's leaving with a friend tomorrow. So Tyler goes on to say he hopes that the Texas trip is good. He says that he hasn't gotten to speak to Butch very often at all, and he says that that's usually not a good sign when Butch is not talking to him. And then Caitlin says that Butch does try to reach out to you, but you never answer. And then Tyler's like, that's true. So Caitlin tells us that Butch has been struggling with drug addiction for decades. Like I told y'all, it's been a long time that Butch has been dealing with drugs, so it's not going to be easy for him to kick the habit. In fact, he probably doesn't want to at this point. He's been doing it for so long. Caitlin goes on to say that rehab really helped Butch, and they were able to get Amber into a program, and she's sober now too. Okay, when I tell you folks that I had to rewind Tyler's what he said 3 or 4 times because I don't know what the heck he was saying, and thank God for closed caption. Whoever invented closed caption, thank you very much. So the part that was so hard for me to catch was Tyler says, I want to do good when they're all sick. And then when they get better, it's all, oh my gosh, can y'all just leave me alone, okay? Tyler, you're never going to have that. They're always going to be dependent on you because they're addicts and they know they can depend on you. And then Caitlin says, Lord, this is not Teen Mom 2. Caitlin, and I told you guys, it's very difficult for me to say Caitlin. Y'all got another year of these braces, okay? Another year and a half, and I'll be talking regularly. Caitlin says to Tyler, because you're used to chaos with them. The sad thing is that Tyler should not be used to chaos at all. He should be used to living his best life, and having to deal with all these issues that aren't necessarily his personal issues has to be very taxing and very trying on him. He has the weight of the world on his shoulders. So then Tyler said it's weird because, when you're in a specific role, how do you redefine that role? And basically what Tyler is saying is, I want to not be the caretaker anymore. How do you redefine what I'm supposed to be doing here? So the next scene is Cheyenne's scene. Okay, so Cheyenne's here, and Miss Cheyenne must be like, I don't know, the cream of the crop, Miss Special, because she's the only mom I noticed that they don't have her do the narration right off the bat. So anyway, we're here with Kyle. Sorry, I called her Kylie, didn't I, in the last one? Kylie, same thing. No, I'm just kidding. So we will be calling her Kyle from now on. Very pretty name for a girl, okay? Even though it's normally a boy's name. And they're here with Ryder with her adorable little self. And Cheyenne has her laid down and she's putting on an outfit. I don't know where they're going. I'm assuming we're going to find out in a minute where they're going. So Kyle asks Cheyenne, is Corey going to be going wherever they're taking the baby? And Cheyenne answers, I know his friends are in town, so I'm not sure. So Cheyenne says that her and Corey are spending less time together because now he's dating Taylor and she's adjusting to her new co-parenting boundaries. Cheyenne says that Corey has agreed to keep Ryder away from Taylor until him and Taylor get a little bit more serious. But Cheyenne says they're going on vacation in Mexico this week, so it looks like their relationship is progressing. Guys, I don't know if it's just me, but this music is driving me crazy this episode. It's just too loud and too, I don't know what to say, but MTV, you need to work on your musical direction, okay? Anyway, so apparently Ryder was at a little ballerina recital where she was just running around. We're here with Corey and his friend Nelson, and he's like, how's everything doing? Nelson says, and Corey's like, everything's going great. I'm going to Mexico. Corey says that they're going to this place called Tulum, Tulum, and it's going to be him and Taylor. Corey really has feelings for Taylor, and don't think that I'm sitting here and I'm loving, okay, I'm not gonna lie, okay, because Cheyenne's annoying, but I don't like seeing people hurt, and I know this is hurting her. And no matter how I feel about someone's persona, because I don't really know her, I don't want someone to be hurt. I mean, I don't like Amber, but I don't want Amber to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Corey goes on to say that he wants to let Taylor know that she's the one that he wants to be with while they're in Mexico, and that he's ready to take the next step. Corey, what next step are you trying to take? You're in love with her? Like, you're trying to get married? Ooh, if you got engaged, it would be a problem. So obviously, Corey has some deep feelings for this Taylor lady, okay? They have a past, and I always wonder, people that reunite, why y'all, it's not deunite, but What's the word? What's the opposite of reunite, huh? Why did you guys split in the first place if you were so in love with her? Or maybe sometimes it takes that distance to make you realize that you really love somebody and you really want to be with them and you're willing to do anything to be with them and to let them know that you want to be with them. Maybe that's the way it is sometimes. I really don't know. I don't have much experience with that, but I wish him the best. He looks like he's very happy. But wow, for him to say to Nelson, I just want to let Taylor know on this trip that I'm ready to take the next step. He was never ready to take the next step with Cheyenne, because just because you have a connection with one person doesn't mean you have that same connection with somebody else. And just because you have a baby with somebody does not mean that you're bonded to them. You could be bonded to somebody who you don't have children with. That goes to show you, okay? So bonds really don't have much to do with, oh, I had his baby, or oh, she had my baby, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully this will be a long-lasting love. So Nelson says that's so cool that you go in public. Like, I don't think you've ever been with, I don't think you ever did that with a girl. And he said that he's never really gone on vacation with a lady either. So this is his first vacation. You didn't go on vacation with Cheyenne? Okay, girl. So anyway, so Nelson's like, you dealt with that with Cheyenne's guy when he was living with her and when they were in the relationship. But Nelson says, women take it a little different. She gonna get furious, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now, the way that Cheyenne behaved at that barbecue is gonna come right back on out. Trust and believe, okay? Trust and believe is gonna come right back on out. So Corey says, if I wanted to live my life based on what the fans want, based on what Instagram wants, I'd be with Cheyenne. But I have to ask myself, who am I doing this for? I have to live my life, basically, is what he says. And I have to make sure Ryder's taken care of, and I have to make sure I'm happy. Happiness comes with Taylor. Okay. So the next scene is Amber's scene, and she says she's not proud of the old Amber that came out on social media recently. Yeah, you embarrassed yourself, and there's proof of it, and you should be embarrassed because that was embarrassing. I had to put it on mute. When I was watching that crap, honestly, I did not watch the whole thing. It was just too much screaming, and she was like a maniac. I'm like, did you take your meds today? Or, because I can't tell, girl. Amber goes on to say that because she has bipolar depression and some other things. Oh, she said she has mood swings. I'm like, I don't know if I could be in a relationship with somebody that has mood swings, because girl, if you have a mood swing with me, I'm gonna be swinging some fists. I don't know if I could deal with that. So Amber goes on to say that Andrew has always been supportive of her, but she wants him to understand what she goes through on a daily basis. So she's asked Andrew to meet up with her psychiatrist the next day, and Andrew says to Amber, I just want to improve communication with you when it's like a bad day. And Amber says, I don't want people walking on eggshells around me. Y'all love using that eggshell analogy, don't y'all? Anyway, Amber says that I see you, not understanding what I go through or whatever, and I don't want to blow up at you ever. But Amber, but you did in the last episode. You're a little late. This is a good idea that he can come with you, but I don't know. Like I said, it would be if I love the person, of course I'm gonna deal with their bull crap. But if we're just dating and I'm not at that love stage, buddy boy, you got to go. So anyway, Andrew, I caught the way you looked at the camera. Nobody's stupid, okay? Because Amber was saying how, I don't want to blow up on you on about little things, and he kind of glanced at the camera like, girl, you already do. So then Andrew asks Amber, how come you've never done therapy on camera? And Amber says because she thinks there's a stigma when it comes to people like her, which is borderline bipolar. People need to just understand that. So now Amber and Andrew are talking about how many psychiatrists she's seen. Who the heck cares? I surely don't. But James, sweet baby James, he is absolutely precious. He's just such a cute little kid. So Amber says she had about 10 psychiatrists, and now she says that, before everything, she was suicidal. We already know this. You said this so many times. And then she says, I'm so scared of getting attacked. So she basically doesn't want to talk on camera. I'm like, girl, please, you've been on this show for how long? You never cared all those other years. Don't act like you care season 8. Next scene is Macy's scene, and she says Ryan will always be a part of her life because of Bentley. So they need to get along. So Macy says she's finally decided to consider meeting up with him. So once Macy decided to meet up with Ryan, she found out he was arrested again. What did I tell y'all about that beer? That beer was one step closer to going back to his old lifestyle. So Macy's sitting there and she is crying, okay? Because she says the news is out. She showed us an article where Ryan was arrested. Ryan just got out of rehab and he's already been arrested again. Guys, when I tell you this is one of the saddest things for me to watch, it's one of the saddest things for me to review. We want to believe that Ryan's doing better. It's like rehab is not doing much for him right now. He has to want to stop. So Macy says the fact that Ryan has had like 5,000 or more chances, okay? Like, dude, you can't afford to make petty mistakes. So then Macy says, now this really sucks because now we're going to have to figure out what to tell Bentley. So then Bentley comes in and they start that sad music. And Taylor's like, you're just going to have to tell him, because, I mean, he's going to hear from somebody else. It's better that he hear it from you guys. And truth be told, you guys know that kids are on social media. Bentley probably already knows. That's why when he came in the house, he didn't speak to anybody. He just went inside his room or whatever. So then out the blue, Jenny comes popping in with her stupid questions. You know what? Can y'all stay off camera? Because y'all did very well staying off camera this season until now. Go back behind the camera wherever you were, okay? Jenny says, well, how do you even approach this subject? I'm like, did you just hear what they just said? I mean, why y'all asking questions that they just answered literally? So Macy said, well, definitely at home. Macy goes on to say that, Bentley had his hopes up that Ryan was doing better. And now basically this is just a slap in the face. And she says that the first thing Bentley's going to ask her is, was it drugs? And she said he's not going to come exactly out and say it, but he's going to insinuate that. So the next scene is Cheyenne's scene. And she says that Corey left for Mexico the day before. And he posted a video on Instagram making him and Taylor's relationship official. So now they're official girlfriend and boyfriend. So anyway, Cheyenne says that the tabloids are giving them a lot of hate on the situation. Well, Corey's getting a lot of hate. I still don't think she's all that pretty, but trust me, love is not about looks. Loyalty is not about looks. I think I said that in the last video, and it's really not. Your looks have zero to do with whether someone feels like they can be loyal to you or not. So Cheyenne says she wants to be supportive, but it's very annoying at how public he's making it. Well, I'm really sorry to tell you, Cheyenne, but he's a public figure. I mean, if I was on television, everything would be online. I'd be horrible. I'd be terrible. So Cheyenne and Ryder and Kyle, they're all sitting here eating ice cream. And Cheyenne asks Kyle, did you see the video that Corey posted? And Kyle says, I think Corey likes to be extra emotional for the camera sometimes. Cheyenne says that Taylor comes off very young and immature to her. But Cheyenne, unfortunately, you're not the one dating her. So what you think about Taylor doesn't matter that much. It does matter because, you share Ryder with Corey, and eventually Ryder's going to be around Taylor. So Cheyenne says that she just feels like every picture doesn't have to be them, like, doing personal things. I'll say it like that. And then Kyle is like, it's very showboaty. Is that what she said? Girl, I like that word, showboaty. I'm gonna start using that one, girl. And Cheyenne's like, it's just like ew. I'm like, Cheyenne, you sound immature right now talking about some ew, okay? Like I said about Amber, if you don't like what you see online, stay the heck offline. It's very easy. Cheyenne goes on to say that, every picture is like in your face, basically. She's like, what is she trying to prove? What is Taylor, I guess, trying to prove? What's Corey trying to prove? And Kyle's like, well, Taylor, she wants to let everybody know that she's up in there like swimwear. Basically, okay. So we're back with Macy so soon. We just had a Macy scene. So Macy says that Ryan's still in jail awaiting his court hearing. So Macy says that she did speak privately to Bentley and told Bentley that, and Bentley was disappointed. And she says that she told Bentley that, Ryan loves him despite everything that's happened. So now we're in this eatery, because everybody talks in eateries. And ew, what's that on the back wall over there? Y'all eating in a place with dirty walls? Anyway, girl. So we're here with Mackenzie, and it's really hard for me getting used to Mackenzie being like a brunette, because she's a brunette now. She's sitting with her friend Shelby. So Mackenzie says to Shelby, Ryan got arrested. And Shelby's like, girl, what happened? And so Mackenzie explains that he didn't pay a $30-something bar tab, and basically that was illegal. He was on probation, so any type of problem that happens on probation is going to send you to jail. I semi-believe this story. Okay, that he just did something stupid and he's on probation. So we also do not know was he high when he did what he did? Because it just doesn't make any sense. So Shelby says, what happens now? And basically Mackenzie gives 3 options. The first option is they would let him go, which she says they're probably not going to do. The second option he'd get locked up. The third option is he could be put on house arrest. I'm telling you right now, he's going to get locked up. Okay, because there's no way in the world after all of his history that they're not going to send him back to jail, especially since he had recently been in jail. So Mackenzie says to Shelby, Ryan's been arrested 3 times, basically 3 times since they got married, and every single time she's been there. Okay, girl, because you chose to be there, because a girl like me, I wouldn't have been there. Love or not, Okay, you can be in love and be smart. You don't have to be dumb and be in love. I can love you, but I don't have to be stupid. And I'm at the age where I'm just like, I have to do what's best for me. And Mackenzie, right now, you're not doing what's best for you. You're not doing I'm not saying turn and abandon the man in his time of need, but I'm just like, how much are you going to put up with? Mackenzie goes on to say that she did not sign up to be a single mother, but you knew that you were marrying a drug addict, so I don't know what more you expected. All right, so we're back with Caitlin, and Caitlin says that Tyler is in Austin. Caitlin goes on to say that they haven't seen each other in a while, and Butch has moved out of sober living. She hopes that he's in a really good place. So Tyler's sitting here talking to Butch, and Butch is basically saying he ain't doing nothing. He ain't even going to meetings. Really? You're not going to meetings? See, that is the beginning of the end, Butch, and you know it and I know it. Butch says that he hasn't done any other drugs except he's done some marijuana maintenance. And that is where we get the slippery slope and where we go back into bad habits. You get that high, then you want to get a different type of high, and this is where it all began, folks. So Tyler says, does that mean you're sober? And Butch says, and first of all, as Butch is talking, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, he's high right now. Okay, he's high right now. And whose friend is that? I forgot his name. Okay, I always forget names. But he looks like he's looking at Butch like, Butch, you're high. Butch goes on to say the anxiety, the stress, I call marijuana my attitude adjuster. Alrighty then, Butch. Butch, you know what? Leave them drugs alone. I know you can't. So Butch says he's loved marijuana since he first smoked it at 8 years old. And then Tyler said to Butch, you even told me that you yourself said, first I start some weed. I think I can handle the weed. Then it goes into something else. And then you start drinking a little bit here and there. And then it turns into a snowball and then an avalanche. So then Tyler's quoting Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, I'm disappointed in him. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. Tyler quotes Dr. Drew and says, if you're not working, it's not going to work, or it's not working, something he said. And basically was saying to Butch that, the time when you need to be worried is like when you're not in a program. Like right now, Butch is not in a program. He's on his own, doing his own thing. So now we're at Gary's house, and Christina asked Gary, have you spoken to Amber about her depression? Yeah, so Gary says that he thinks Amber's doing better. She switched up some medications and stuff. And then Christina asks Gary, do you think Leah knows about her depression and stuff? And Gary says, you know what? I mean, it's really not my place to discuss that with Leah. That's something that Amber is just going to have to open up with her about. Now we're sitting here talking about Amber's mental illness. That's going to be the theme yet again in another season. Oh my goodness. I almost miss Matt. I promise you. So Christina and Gary are having a conversation about Amber's mental illness, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not getting into details because frankly I'm over this conversation. Can we please go to the next scene? Thank you very much, and you all are welcome. All right, so the next scene is Cheyenne and poor little beautiful Ryder. She was rushed to the hospital because she had, I think, a fever, and because of her genetic disorder, it's very dangerous, so she needed to be rushed to the hospital. So it's a few days later, and Cheyenne says that Corey is back from his trip. Ryder is home from the hospital. She says she's glad that she's doing a lot better. Okay, I don't know how much of these cute guys I can take on this Teen Mom OG this year, okay? But Mitch, even though he has an eye patch, very handsome guy. So anyway, we're here with Corey and his friends. Mitch is one friend. Nelson's here again. He explains to his friends that he gets a text message from Cheyenne saying, Ryder's not feeling too good. We're going to take her to the hospital. And then Corey says that he's like, all right, keep me up to date. So Corey says, all right, bet. Since she said she's going to keep me abreast of everything that's happening. So Corey said that Cheyenne texted him again and was like, now Ryder has a fever of 103. Corey was like, after Cheyenne was like, the baby has a temperature of 103, Corey was like, I need to get home as quickly as possible. Corey really did take the next flight back. He said he got on the app, he looked for a quick flight, took it. Next thing you know, he was flying back home. But that was nice. He came back early off his trip for his baby. So Nelson said he saw the picture of Ryder and was reading the comments, and he was like, people were like, oh, Corey's a bad father. Where is he at? Blah, blah, blah. And there was a comment that he's in Tulum partying with his girl, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on. Okay, but that is social media for you. It's going to happen. People are going to have their opinion. People are going to put in their 2 cents. That's just the way it is. It doesn't have to be true, but they're going to put it in regardless. So Corey says he was upset about it. And at the end of the day, would he have posted a photo in the hospital with the baby? No. He said that he would have never put Cheyenne in that situation. Nelson asks, so do you think that Cheyenne posted that picture up out of spite? I mean, she posted a picture of her child. Cheyenne, let me defend her for a minute. Cheyenne had no idea what the comments were going to be when she posted a picture of her daughter, okay? How would she know that ahead of time? So Corey actually responds, I think a little bit of spite, and I just don't understand how y'all could think that she would do that out of spite. This is going to be a big thing, I'm going to tell you right now. And Corey says, a woman that's hurt will do anything. Corey, I agree with you partially, okay? Corey goes on to say that Cheyenne made my life miserable by doing that. So then one of the friends, it might have been Mitch, because Mitch is over there quiet as kept. And he was like, I know Taylor's not happy about the situation. And no, Taylor's not happy. And he was like, how Taylor was like, it's not fair. You're a great dad. And we all know that Corey's a great dad. He's always there for his daughter. And the guy was in Mexico. He wasn't like down the block, guys. I mean, come on, cut the man some slack. So Corey goes on to say that, he's just glad that he was able to get to her while she was in the hospital. He spent a day and a half in the hospital with Ryder. Come on now. And then he says that Ryder is home and Ryder is healthy. So what else they got to say? I mean, there's nothing they can say about Corey. He actually did leave his vacation early. He went to the hospital to be with his child. The man cannot win. Next scene is Macy's scene, but we're here at Ryan's parents' house. Hard to say that fast. And we're looking at baby Jagger, and I'm trying to understand why this baby does not have a bib on. Why do y'all think bibs were made? So that all this drool and slobber would not be on the baby's outfit. I don't know why y'all don't have a bib on this child. Okay, but anyway, because that bothered me. So Larry and Jen are sitting there, and they're sitting there with Mackenzie, and they're basically going over the fact that court is on Monday. Larry says that he'll be there. It's a good thing Ryan has freaking family like this that sticks behind him even though he keeps making mistakes. I had to look at the producer because I've been watching this for so long that now I know everybody's name. So is this Kiki? I think that is Kiki. So Kiki asks, how many charges did Ryan get of Mackenzie? And Ryan got theft. I guess that's theft of service. God, that's hard to say. I guess that's theft of service. And they got him on the violation of probation. Kiki asks Mackenzie, can you explain more about the heroin possession charge? So Mackenzie looks around at Ryan's parents like, I knew these people were going to go here. I knew they were going to go here. Now, at the little cafe thing that Mackenzie was at with Shelby, she was making it appear as if that heroin charge was just following him from 2016, and he has never had heroin in his possession since then. But you see, nobody's stupid, Mackenzie. We know you're a liar. Let me tell you why. Because you go out of your way to cover Ryan. So whatever makes you guys look better on film, you're going to do it. And if that means lying, you're going to do it. I think it's funny when you get caught in your lies, like right now. So this right here goes to show you Mackenzie lied. Ryan did have heroin on him, folks. So once Kiki said, can you explain the heroin possession charge? She says, you know what? She looks around, okay? And she's like, you know what? I'm done. She gets up, she takes the baby, and she's out. And that says a lot. So anyway, she walks out of the room, takes the baby with her, and Kiki's like, what's going on, girl? What happened? What you don't want to talk about it? And Kiki was like, I really didn't mean to overstep. Kiki, shut up. Yes, you did. So Kiki goes on to say, well, when she told me on the phone, she was like, girl, you say you were sorry that you overstepped, but now you're going to tell the homegirls the whole business? Girl, you need to stop lying. You need to stop lying, but you're a great producer for that, okay? Because we need to know the inside scoop, because Mackenzie doesn't want to talk. We need somebody else that's going to talk. The parents, Larry and Jen. And Jen says, yeah, he had that $30 thing when he walked out, but they're saying he did more than that. And, Larry says, when you're on probation, you gotta watch your back, you gotta watch your step, Larry says no matter how much the money was, it doesn't matter. And he says that the judge is extremely upset with Ryan, and he's basically fed up with him. So they're gonna teach Ryan a little lesson, okay? Since Ryan doesn't seem to learn. I don't know how he gonna learn his lesson, but they're gonna try to do their best to teach that man a lesson. And Larry goes on to say that worst come to worst, they're not going to see Ryan for a while. I know Jen's going to start bawling in a minute because it's just so heartbreaking. And how can you not, cry seeing your only child messing up his life? Okay, so now we're here with Macy. And is this Keely? Because, girl, I forgot your name. I know it starts with a K. I think it's Keely. But anyway, she's talking to her and she's like, imagine, your child's father gets arrested and having to talk to your child about that crap. So Macy goes on to say to her friend, because I don't know if I got her name right, but she says that she's angry for Bentley because, he's not 4 years old anymore. He's a big kid. He understands. And, as a child, you're going to keep forgiving your parent. You're going to try to move on and you're going to just, keep forgiving them. But, she's extremely angry because he's a child, she says. So basically, Macy she says she's angry. Okay. And the anger stems from Bentley. That's where all her anger about this whole situation comes from, is, protecting her child. I really wish Amber would have been left the show. I'm so tired of her stupid scenes. But anyway, so they're on the way to Amber's psychiatry appointment, and she says, I'm actually bringing the cameras to my appointment. Well, she's talking about how, having the doctor explain exactly what Amber is dealing with as far as mental illness will help people to understand, and not only spouses that just don't get it. Skipping over all this hogwash they're talking about, Amber says, I'm really nervous to get in front of the cameras. It's just a matter of being vulnerable. That's what she's nervous about. I think it's a good step, and I'm hoping that this will help you not to be so, I don't want to say combative, because I feel like this is going to give her even more license, because she's going to be like, well, everybody knows what I'm dealing with. So, but yeah. So now Tyler's in the car with Jordan. Is that his name? And he says that him and Jordan are on their way to Butch's girlfriend's house. He has a girlfriend? Alrighty then. Anyway, there's somebody for everybody, I guess. So Tyler says that they're going to go over there. Order now. So Caitlin says, look, you're not sober when you're using marijuana. And, Tyler has this thing where he wants to protect Butch or whatever, but just call a spade a spade. Okay, he's not sober. He's getting high. You're doing marijuana. You're not doing it for the thrill of smoking. You're doing it because you're getting high. Anyway, so Tyler goes and he visits that house. That's a beautiful house. I don't understand why somebody with a house like that is messing with Butch. You know what? I'm just going to leave it alone. Anyway, they have their little visit, and Amber, Tyler's sister's there. She looks like she gained a little weight, which is good. I mean, good because, they always say when you're skinny, you look sickly or whatever. But when you're on drugs and you're skinny, that's a different kind of skinny. So, yeah, they're talking, and I don't know how much of this y'all want me to review, because, honestly, I'm freaking over this. So Amber's talking, somehow they got into this conversation, and she says that, she did a good job in the program because she was looking at Butch and taking after Butch, but now she sees he's slipping through the cracks. And so they're having this discussion about his marijuana maintenance, this stupid term he made up. And Tyler says, are you sober if you're getting high off of marijuana? There's a very easy answer to that, and the answer is no, he's not sober, obviously.
Even though I've dealt with complications from Ryder's genetic condition before, her hospitalization really scared me.
So the next scene, and she says that even though she's dealt with complications dealing with Ryder and her genetic condition before, this hospitalization this hospitalization really scared her.
Seeing her so sick made me realize how serious feral cat is.
She says that seeing Ryder so sick really made her realize how serious her condition is. And she says she really needs Corey to understand that too. Well, I mean, he did leave his trip early and he did go to the hospital. So what more do you want from him? Golly. Now you're going to probably try to act like he's a deadbeat now. And he was at the darn hospital for a day and a half, he said. So we're here and Kyle is sitting in the back. The mom is there. And she's saying how, she's glad to have her little baby back in the house. And she says that, Cheyenne did a great job, too. She knows that it was hard. And Cheyenne goes on to say that, she's never been more scared to see Ryder hospitalized like that. Corey was there. And Cheyenne's pissing me off. Because she's like, and there we go again. Corey missed another episode. He's never going to understand until he sees Ryder screaming and writhing in pain or whatever. And Cheyenne, you're freaking overreacting. And why would you want him to see his daughter like that? Wasn't it hard for you? So why would you want Corey to experience that? So she's like going on and on and on about Corey not getting the full effect of her episode. Like, girl, you sound crazy. So the next scene is Macy's scene, and we see Larry coming from the courthouse, and he says to Kiki, because she's out there waiting for him, that Ryan has copped a plea deal, and he's going to take 90 days in jail. He says it seems like him and Mackenzie are okay with that. Not like they have much of a choice. So now we're here with Macy, and Macy is on the phone with her friend Katie. Katie says, did you read the paper or whatever? And Macy says that Larry texted her, let her know that Ryan took the plea deal of the 90 days. And then Macy goes on to say that, the thing that makes her the most angry is the fact that Bentley was on Christmas break. He went on a Wednesday with all this mess that he got himself into. She said he could have been way more productive doing something with his kids. She's like, he has Hudson, he has Jagger, he has Bentley. So Macy goes on to say that there are a lot of things that went down regarding Bentley, and it just makes her extremely angry. And at this point, she has nothing to say to Ryan. So the next scene is Caitlin's scene, and she's here with Tyler. He's back, and she asks Tyler, how was the trip? Tyler goes into, talking about this so-called medical, what was it called? Marijuana maintenance. And you know what? Just call it marijuana, okay? And he says that, are you really sober? Are you really sober if you're doing marijuana? Tyler says to Caitlin, I'm not, going to say anything about it pretty much. He says that he said to Butch, listen, I trust you. Whatever y'all going to do, y'all are both grown adults. And by the way, I don't know why, after all the times that Butch has messed up, I'm really sorry to tell you, I wouldn't be putting my trust in him. But I mean, he could be very well just saying that. Tyler has lived a life. He knows that the chances of Butch completing and staying clean, completing a program and staying clean are very slim. And then Tyler says, I'm not his sponsor. It's not my responsibility to make sure he's sober. It's just my job to just love him and support him. And then Caitlin says, it is up to your dad. It's up to him to, basically do what he's supposed to do. So this is the last scene in the entire show. They sure spent a lot of time on this scene. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it seems like it's a lot of time because it's Amber, and I feel like all of her segments are too long, but that could just be a me problem. Amber is here at her psychiatrist's office. Psychiatrist is explaining about borderline personality disorder. So anyway, Amber is talking, and Andrew's asking questions and throwing out comments. And of course, Amber's crying, which she does every single episode, and that's pretty much how the entire show ended. Okay, all right, everybody, this took me so long to do this review because I kept accidentally deleting clips. So darn annoying. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.